This lecture will learn about one of the most amazing functions on Excel, that is pivot table. With pivot table, we can analyze data. We can analyze data from a bigger list, you know, so that it may saves our time and it helps us to take calculative decisions. So suppose here I'm giving a very simple example, but in real life, the scenario will be much more different. So here there is only 10 rows, but in real life you have to deal with hundreds of rows and columns. So here, suppose you are working in an organization that has 6,000 employees or 5,000 employees, and you need to analyze the performance of those persons. You need to analyze data from that sources. So how will you do this? Previously it took months after months to take these sorts of analysis, but now with the Excel, it's very easy. Within a few seconds you can analyze these sorts of data. So from here we are seeing the salesperson's name here, the order amount, order date, order ID, product, and the countries that are being selling. So make sure that there is no empty cells and the title on the upper rows of the worksheet. So here we will select the data that we will make pivot table. So pivot table, from insert we will go to the pivot table, and pivot table here, then it will show that the range of the data, and after that we will click OK. So in a new worksheet, we will see that there is in the left side is a pivot table placeholder, in the right side there is a pivot table field. So here you can move these pivot table fields wherever you want, and then here field name. So by ticking the field names, we can sort out these data very easily. We can take calculative decisions from this data. It's amazing. So look, now we will click on the salesperson. So in the row, here it's not the column, here it's the row. Under row you can see that this is salesperson's name in alphabetical order. So here is the row in pivot table. So this is the row height, from these row labels, and this from these 3 to 13, this is a row. So after that we will tick on the order amount, it's a value. So after clicking this order amount, in this row we can see that all the order amounts by salespersons is being shown. So here is the value. So after that we will create the columns. It's very important to manage the rows and columns. So here always remember that it's slightly different than your traditional worksheet. So in pivot table, this is called the row and row height, and then we will select the we want to see the products here in this column. So we will drag product in the columns, so we can see within a matter of seconds we can see that which salesperson sold which product and how much, and by each salespersons how much is the grand total. And suppose like here jeans, there is 2 salespersons, that grand total of jeans is 27500. So for denim, we can see the figures, food items, so for all products we can see that there is a very systematic way to display this data, and it's very easy to see, it's very easy to compare, it's very easy to performance of each salesperson. It's very easy to see the sales figures of each product, grand total, and many more. So by taking decisions from this pivot table, it will be much more effective it will increase the productivity of the employees to analyze properly, to evaluate for the next increment, and for the company to take lending decisions and many more decisions from this amazing function. So here we can see that there's a pivot table analyze under the menu bar. So here we can change the design. So I'm clicking here. By clicking in different ways, we can see that how the designs has been changed. So by clicking here and there in different options under pivot table analyze, we can do many things. So in the next lectures we'll know more about pivot. In this lecture I will show you how to manipulate pivot table data. So suppose you don't want to see the products on this pivot table, so how will you change it or manipulate it? So you just uncheck the product and then it will be only the sum or order of the amount. So now suppose you want to see the product's order date, or order ID, so that you can know that the which product ID sold most, or the what is the performance by each product ID. So here you just drag it to the column and then you can see the product ID based sales. Then you can take decisions from which ID's product sold higher than which ID. So by this way you can change and manipulate your pivot table from this pivot table field. So always remember that all the text things like the names or anything without data, those text versions things will go to the rows, and the other figures that might go to the columns or values, whatever you want. So suppose you want this product order ID in the rows, so if you just drag it here, then those product ID will be on the rows. So now the pivot table will look like this. So by many ways you can manipulate, by dragging or by ticking and unticking, you can manipulate this data in pivot table. It's very easy, very simple to work as you like. In this lecture we will learn how to group data by date and time. So here we can see that every salesperson's name here in this row area, that under the date, in which date they sold the item. So here suppose we want to group it, so by right clicking here on this, just click group, and then we can say different options of how you can group, how you are interested to group, like quarters, months, years, blah blah blah. So you want to make a group like by month, so just click OK, then you can see that it has been grouped by month. So here again I want to change it by quarters, so just you click here by quarters, and then you can see that it has been changed into quarters, quarter 4 or some ways in the quarter the date is in. So by this way we can group our data from this pivot table in different ways, like times and months, and in different ways. So in the next lecture we'll learn about filtering of our data. Filtering data from pivot table is very easy and interesting. Sometimes we might know for in-depth details we need to filter our data. So for filtering, what we should do for filtering, just we need to provide, like suppose we need to know the product in detail, so we want to filter the product so that we can know that which product sold by which person. So many the collect shortcut data about the product. So will drag the product on the filter option. So in the upper left corner of the worksheet, we can see that there's a product, and here we can, if we click here, so we can see the options for select all. So we can deselect, we can uncheck all, then you can see that there's no product here. So just we are clicking only food items, then the filtering data about the food items, like this salesperson has sold this amount of food items. So here we are clicking jeans, and then it has been updated, it has been filtered by these only two products. Then now I'm clicking here polo shirt, and then you can see that the salesperson who sold the 3 products here, these kinds of things, these kinds of filtering options is available on Excel. So here we can say that you can filter your data whatever you want. So that's all for filtering. In the next class we'll learn about slicer. In this lecture we'll learn about slicer. So what is slicer is about? In filtering options, in the previous lecture we've seen that then filtering, whenever you scroll down from this list, there is a problem of seeing and unseeing. You can see all the products or all the things, and you have to click on the filtering button to see the elements in the filtering option. So to eradicate this problem, to get rid of that problem, you can click here the pivot table analyze, and then insert slicer. So here in the slicer you can add, like suppose I'm ticking on the product. So here after clicking on OK, you can see all the products. You can see all the products here. So the things, the products, that has been ticked, colored here, that we have the data in this pivot table. We have the data related only the colored product. So if we want to know the data about perfumes, that in this data it will show only the perfumes option. So if the jeans and perfumes, jeans, these two. So if we want to know some more options, like clicking on the command on Mac or control on Windows, you just click on the product list, and you can see the detailed informations here in this pivot table. So it is sophisticated, or it is a more customized version of this filter. So here you can change the colors of the filter in the slicer option. You can design the colors so that you can take decisions, or so that you can see properly. So by this way we can use slicer for shooting, for collecting our data to take more calculative decisions. So that's all for this lecture. This is the last lecture on pivot table. So here we'll discuss about a very interesting thing, that is pivot chart. So pivot chart, you can create chart from your pivot table. So here I will guide you how you can create a pivot chart. So from here, from insert option, insert tab, you can go to the right side, and then near the charts option you can see that there is a option that pivot chart. So from here, by clicking here, you can see that they have created a chart from these data. So which salespersons, here it has been says the legend option, the order ID, and then salesperson sum of amount, which salespersons sold the which order ID. So you can add the total order amount on the legend series. So you can customize it. So here you can customize your chart. So here you can see that they've created a new chart. Here, this which product ID and how many sales it has been generated by each salesperson. So from here, you can customize in these pivot chart fields, and then it will create this product, this chart automatically. So here I can uncheck the order amount, it will be like this, and then and now the chart, pivot chart has been, it doesn't have any relevancy. So I can say that we can add the order amount, and then this pivot chart make a relevant chart. So by clicking and unclicking, checking and unchecking from these pivot chart fields, you can create pivot charts within a very few seconds, and you can place, you can drag or place this one. I have made this mistake here, so I can I can make it legible here. You can make change here by dragging here from the anywhere in the worksheet. So it's very easy and it's very interesting to work with Excel. That's all for this lecture.